Welcome back from spring break, BMHS. I'm Zeke.
And I'm Caleb, and this is BMHS News.
Caleb, when was the last time we did an Every Bomber story?
It's been quite some time, but I heard Morgan and Chloe interviewed Jake for his story.
Let's go take a look.
Do you know Jake Lane? Well, if not, let's go find out more about him.
Where do you work, and what is it that you do at your job?
I work at a place in Keville called Tall Oak Kennels, and we train labs for retrieving competitions, and we also have about 60-something odd goats that I have to take care of pretty regularly, and that's a pretty fun experience.
What clubs are you active in, and what made you decide to join these?
FFA and FCA. Freshman year, Jarvis pushed me really hard to get big into FFA, and I started doing competitions and stuff, and pretty much ever since then, I've just had a lot of fun with it and been pretty successful with it. I do wish I would have run for office, but other than that, I've had a great time in FFA, and I'd recommend anybody and everybody to join FFA. I've also been in FCA all 4 years, and it's pretty self-explanatory. I'm a Christian athlete. It's just a fun club. We haven't got to do much this year. Well, the same thing with any other club, but the past few years, it's been a fun experience.
What sports do you play, and how long have you participated in them?
I've done football and track. I've done football forever, like every year since second grade, and I've done track for the last 3 years.
What are your future plans?
After graduating, I plan on attending Murray State to study construction management. After that, hopefully find a job in the field somewhere, wherever.
If you could talk to your freshman self, what advice would you give?
Oh, God. Don't do a lot of the stuff you did and do more of what you did, but I'm not going to go into detail.
Okay, so now I have some fun ones.
Okay.
If you had your own late-night TV show, who would you invite as your first guest?
That's interesting. Probably Rob Gronkowski, because he was like my favorite NFL player growing up, and he's got a really colorful personality. I think it'd be cool to talk to him.
If your life was a movie, what genre would it be, and what actor would play you?
All the above. Like, it could fit into any category, but I'd probably say comedy, because I have a lot of funny stuff happen to me, or people would probably think it's funny. And actor, probably Will Ferrell.
The zombie apocalypse is coming. Who are 3 people you'd want on your team?
Probably by myself, because I like being by myself. That way I know what the good decisions are being made.
What's your cell phone wallpaper?
My truck and my dog.
Would you rather be able to run at 100 miles per hour or fly at 10 miles per hour?
Oh, fly. If I could have anything, like any superpower or anything, it'd be to fly. That'd be so awesome.
Last question. What's the best dish you can cook?
A steak. I can cook a better steak than anybody you know, and I promise you that.
Now that you know a little more about Jake, let's head back to the anchors.
With the school year coming to a close, it's time that we give the business pathway some spotlight.
Ballard Memorial High School helps incoming freshmen by allowing them to participate in our Pathway program. One pathway that many students go down is the business pathway. We've talked to various people about why the business pathway, along with FBLA, are things you should consider coming into your first year of high school.
No matter what degree you're going to get later on in the future, just having some basic business knowledge is so important, from learning a little bit about accounting, being able to take care of your finances yourself, knowing how to market your own business if you decide to be an entrepreneur. All of those things, the business pathway can kind of lead you that way, especially even just learning how to use a computer for no matter what degree you make. So we have the e-commerce pathway and the accounting pathway, and the biggest difference is kind of that in accounting, well, in both of them you take digital literacy as a freshman. So that's your basic computer class, learning how to type a letter, learning how to type an agenda, how to use a spreadsheet, how to get more advanced using Google Slides and PowerPoint. So that's your basic class for both pathways. Then you can break off and either take Accounting 1 and Accounting 2. Those are both given in the same year. You get 2 credits in 1 year, so you take Accounting 1 and Accounting 2. And then you would take Personal Finance as your 4th class to finish out that pathway. In the e-commerce, you would go down and take Intro to Multimedia as your next class, as well as Advanced Multimedia and the Marketing class are your 4 classes for the pathway on that. It's very easy to do both. I have most students go through both pathways because the digital literacy is in both. And the marketing, I think, actually can be counted in accounting also. So a lot of the classes overlap each other, and so they work well together.
Well, I started the business pathway because I was really interested in, how business worked. Because I realized at a very young age that, business is essentially, it's really important. Because, everywhere you look, it's business. Everyone, sells something, and everything is made of money. So, business is a cornerstone, of our daily interaction with each other. I'm in the business pathway, but I'm specifically in the e-commerce pathway, and I've taken digital literacy, intro to multimedia, advanced multimedia, and marketing. I think is a part of that, and all these really complement each other in weird ways. You wouldn't think that marketing would complement multimedia, but it really does. Multimedia teaches you how to use programs like Adobe, Premiere and Adobe, Photoshop in the coming age of service economy essentially. Having services and knowing how to use them is very important. And even coupled with digital literacy. Digital literacy gets you used to working on a digital workstation.
The accounting pathway has taught me how to do taxes. Before I even joined the business pathway in general, I had no idea how to do taxes. So I've learned a lot about like the W-4s and how to fill it out and all that kind of stuff. It's taught me how to budget. It's taught me how to pay for college with cash, even though I'm probably not going to. It's taught me how to buy a car with cash and just kind of like budget better. I would recommend the business pathway to anybody, even if you're not looking to go into business. It's taught me more than just career-wise. It's taught me about life-wise.
FBLA has benefited me in high school, honestly, with just getting me involved. I wasn't a big sports guy, so having a club to get involved in and actually go on trips and learn all these great things at state and national and meet all these great people. FBLA has overall taught me how to work the best with a team. In team competitions, I've learned how to take the role of a leader or of a follower and just work to get the greater picture done. I mean, really just getting to work with KP all these years. She's a great teacher, and because of the business pathway, I got to go to nationals for accounting, and because of the business pathway, I got to participate in nationals for multimedia and for video production. Because of this business pathway, so many doors were opened up to me that because I was in FBLA, I got to go on these great trips and make all these great memories with friends, and in the end, it was fantastic.
You make it far enough into the business pathway, you could end up like us and run the news one day.
Come and knock on our door.
Come and knock on our door.
We've been waiting for you.
We've been waiting for you.
Where the kisses are
Hers and his. Three's company too.
Come and dance on our floor.
Come and dance on our floor.
Take a step that is new.
Take a step that is new.
We've a lovable space that needs your face. Three's company too. You'll see that life is a ball again. Laughter is calling for you. Down at our rendezvous.
Down at our rendezvous.
Three's company too. Down at our rendezvous.
Down at our rendezvous.
Three is company too.
But like all pathways at BMHS, we highly recommend you get in contact with the teacher and see if it's what you're looking for.
A majority of the newscasts had the business pathway in the spotlight, but I've heard some great news about FFA recently.
It's that time of the year, and the greenhouse is swinging in full gear.
I heard Jake, Dustin, and Wendy took a deeper look into its reopening. Let's see what they uncovered.
It's that time of the year again, BMHS. The sun's shining, flowers are blooming. On days like these, kids like you should be enjoying the beautiful spring weather. And while you're at it, you can stop by the greenhouse. We have a variety of flowers and vegetables, along with herbs. Here's some of our trays of flowers and herbs. You can buy one small tray of 4 for $3 and one full tray for $17. Aren't they pretty? You can get one of these hanging pots for $14. Here are some ground pots you can get for $10. And of course, we've got our tomato plants. These go for $8 a piece. Stop by the BMHS greenhouse to support your bombers and bring some color to your home.
If you're interested in buying any flowers or ferns, go find Mr. Buchanan in the greenhouse.
Unfortunately, though, BMHS, that is all the news we have for you this week.
Stay safe and stay healthy.
And this is the BMHS News, signing off.